This is Komets Corner.
We have just awoken from a long winter's nap. He is Shane Albahrani. I'm Glenn Marini. 9 days, Shane. We saw the Komets without a game in the heat of the season. So we're talking Komets Corner, brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe. And Shane, man, have you ever seen a stretch like this for the Komets? Mid-season, not an all-star break, not a COVID break, not anything crazy like that. Just a weekend without hockey.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen. You'll have that occasional week where you have, maybe you play Friday and you're off Saturday, Sunday, but that's as close as it gets. But it was really nice, relaxing. Like I said last week, the guys had a chance to get out of town. Coach said, you know what, take the weekend off, go enjoy yourselves, go see the family, and rest up because now we're in it now. We're under 20 games. We got 18 left. So after the month the Komets had in February, they needed a lot of rest. They had, I think, at one point, I want to say last week, we had the most players on injured reserve in the entire league. So hopefully we'll be able to get some of those guys back after that 9-day break.
Okay, so that plays into my question is how do you use a break like this to move forward positively? Because you could go with there's always the debate, rested or rusty. For this team, I feel like this break couldn't have come at a better time, as you mentioned all those injuries.
Yeah, perfect. I think it was a perfect time, and I think everything is going to work out for the best because everybody is playing with something. They have some type of bump, bruise, or strain, but you've got guys who've got more serious injuries. That it gave them a chance, another week and without games, but a chance for them to get back in the lineup. So I'm hoping. I have not checked in with the coaches yet today, but everyone was at practice. So hopefully, as everybody is rested and ready to go for this week.
And I mean, you go from 0 to 100 because you got 4 and 5 starting Wednesday night at home against Iowa. 2 of them are going to be at home this week. 2 of them are going to be on the road. Like, it is a feast or famine relative to last week. So how do the Komets get off to a good start? And, I mentioned the rest versus rusty, but like you want to start off this week with that rest, with a victory against Iowa on Wednesday. And it's a team that I think with Iowa, it's only be the 4th time that you've seen them and only the 2nd time that they've come to the Coliseum this year.
Yeah, we're getting thrown right back into the blender here. We're 18 games or under 20 games. We're now even up with Toledo. We both played the same amount of games, so we're not doing that math, games in hand and all that stuff. But now we're even up, and unfortunately, the Walleye won their game yesterday, so now they're ahead of the Komets by 2 points. So we'll get that game back coming up on Wednesday, and now we're going to be going back and forth. So that'll be nice. Just the schedule now is starting to straighten up. But going back to Iowa, we've beaten them 4 times now, but they're in last place. But that's the team you got to look out for. They're a still dangerous club. That's a trap game because you're going to go into the weekend and you're going to be playing 2 teams that are fighting for a playoff spot. You got 2 games against your rival Indy, who you played very, very well against, and then you're going to play a Bloomington team that is on the downturn, but they are still in the 4th and final playoff spot, and they're battling. So even though you take a look at the Komets schedule, it's familiar opponents the last 18 games. We're only going to go outside of the division 1 time to play Wheeling, but all the teams we are playing, they are fighting for that 4th playoff spot. So it is going to still be a very tough road for the Komets.
Okay, so let's take a look at some of the highlights from earlier this season. I want to talk about the goal scorers for the Komets. We'll kind of go through. There's 5 guys with double-digit goals so far this season, and it starts with Austin McGarrah. What have you seen from him that's been impressive this season? Because here's a guy with 24 goals. Aliardi's second on the team with 20. Murray's right there at 19. I mean, these are guys that are going to be in the 20-plus, hopefully get around 30 by the end of the season if things go well. But what have you seen from McGarrah? Because he's right now the leader in the clubhouse, if you will.
Yeah, he's a guy who knows where the puck is. He's got a great nose for that. He's always in the right spot. You see a lot of the goals he scores. They're 5 feet out. They're 5-6 feet out. He's a tremendous skater. Here's a guy who he won Rookie of the Year 2 years ago in South Carolina. He's produced every season, and he's a guy who just really kind of flown off of the radar. He's a guy who wasn't drafted. He didn't play. He played at a small school. He didn't play major junior. A guy who just kind of fell through the cracks, and he's a guy who just works really hard. He's a great teammate, and he was a great pickup I think all the teams in the division kind of took notice when we stole a kid who is from Georgia, out of the South to bring him up here to Fort Wayne.
Yeah, because there was a lot of excitement when you guys did sign him, and it's nice to see. Sometimes, you get a guy that you have high expectations for, and maybe it doesn't fit as well as you'd like on the ice. This guy has lived up to expectations.
Yeah, he did his research. He played the 3-ice league this summer with Alex Albahrani and Jalen Schmerich. So this was even before Jalen signed, but he kind of got the sales pitch from Alex Albahrani, and he's actually got some friends here in Fort Wayne that really kind of helped him make his decision. Everyone said that Fort Wayne's a first-class organization. The players are treated well. The travel is nice because him going to South Carolina, the travel is kind of a nightmare. So you want that comfort that you're not going to be on a bus, for 8 hours every time you go on a road trip. So little things like that makes the Komets, a commodity when it comes to signing your contract.
Okay, so Austin obviously having a great season with those 24 goals. Who else has really impressed you over the course of this season that maybe it isn't the numbers, but it's the way that they played the game or what they add outside with some of the intangibles for this Komets team?
Trevor Janicki, he is actually quietly putting up a lot of great numbers. He got off to a good start, and then we didn't kind of hear from him for maybe like 6 weeks, and then he picked it back up. So he's a guy who I really look forward to seeing down the stretch here. He's gotten a lot of greasy goals. You put him in any situation, he can play power play, penalty kill. He's got the team's only 2 shorthanded goals this season. He's a grinder. He's physical. So, Trevor Janicki also has been a terrific find as well.
So do you start, they're the end of the season Komets Awards. That's a big deal for the Komets. So do you start kind of like looking, like finalizing the list of like, okay, who are the best offensive defensemen? Who's an unsung hero? Who's this and that? Like, all right, is this the final tryout over the last 2 months of the season where you eliminate some of the candidates?
Yeah, no, I've been starting to just put that in my head and kind of turn it around, because what's kind of funny, it's like, okay, I'll vote for this guy to be best defensive forward, but hang on, is he better suited for Mr. Hustle? You kind of juggle those things, because you do want everyone to be honored. You want to get as many players in there as you can. So unsung hero, that one is going to be a tough one this year, because like you mentioned Trevor Janicki. All right, is he more suited for, because he has put up numbers, not particularly unsung, but maybe he's Mr. Hustle. But then you look at a guy like Reese Harsh, who is a defenseman, but he has come up with some big goals, and he has been Mr. Steady all season long. Is he your guy? Is he your best defenseman? But Jalen Schmerich, he's got the numbers, but is he the best defenseman? So
I like Harrison Reese.
And you like Harrison Reese, but Harry's been out with injury, so you can't punish him for that. But no, it's fun when you put together at the end of the season, when you get everybody's vote in there, what everyone thinks, and you like to have everyone made to feel special. So
well, speaking of special, one thing that has been special this season has been the goalie play. Whether it's been Day, whether it's been whoever's been in goal. It's been fantastic so far this season. A real strength. We've talked about it a ton on this show, that no matter who's in goal, it's been fantastic. Janssen has just been, I feel like he's stepped up even over the last couple of weeks as well. And one of the guys partially responsible for that is Jeff Saleko. If you ever go to Komets practice, you see him here every 2-3 weeks working with the goalies. He works with the Oilers. He's the guy that kind of makes things go as far as the goalies go when it comes to this organization. Had a chance to chat with him, and he's got a real interesting story. Here's a guy who was picked by the San Jose Sharks back in the day, played for the Indianapolis Ice. Here's our interview with Jeff Saleko recently at practice. Here at Komets practice, we got a real treat. Jeff Saleko in for the Edmonton Oilers to watch the goalies here at Komets practice. Jeff, just kind of give me your title and what you do with the Oilers, because we get to see you every once in a while here. You come through Fort Wayne and give these guys some tips and keep an eye on Mr. Janssen and Mr. Day for us.
I love my trips in here. So I'm the head of goaltender development and scouting for the Edmonton Oilers. So my job's to help identify young talent, draft them. We go through the draft process, and then we get them to a point where we could potentially sign them, put them in one of our, our minor league teams, and help develop them to eventually one day hopefully become an Edmonton Oiler.
When you take a look at Mr. Day and Mr. Janssen, both of them have had great success this season. They both started off really good. So what is it about these two guys that allows them to have that kind of success, and what have you tried to impart to them that you've seen maybe manifest itself in their performance over the course of the year?
You know what? We have two really good young goalie talents here, and it's kind of a little bit unheard of to have two rookie goalies come run their first year of entry-level deals with us. Basically both starting here in Fort Wayne. Conventionally you like to have a veteran guy and stuff, but we wanted both these guys to really get their feet wet, and we knew there'd be some learning curves, but we've been very proud and impressed with their consistency they've had this year. We feel like both goalies give us a chance every night. Samuel is just goalie of the week again, and he's really riding the wave now. Nathan really picked up for him when he was out injured with the back and with the illness. So they've both done a great job. I've got to know their games for the last. Samuel we drafted 4 years ago. Nathan was 3 years ago. So I've been with them for that amount of time. I've been over in Sweden with Samuel and in Flint with Nathan. So it's not just coming in here, not knowing their games, getting a feel for them. We know them, I know them, and we know what we need to, really identify and hone in on for them to make the next jump.
Give me what your schedule looks like in a regular month, because I imagine you're a little bit of everywhere. We see you every once in a while here with the Komets, but what is like a typical month for you? Where are you? On the road, bouncing around? What's your schedule typically like?
Like with my job, with my job and my responsibilities, everything on the amateur side for the draft, so I got to go look at the young kids this year, 17 and 18-year-olds for the draft in June. I have to look at pro free agents, if we look at making a trade or signing via free agency. And then on this side of it, on what we call the development side of it, getting out with our young prospects. Last 2 years I've drafted goalies out of Finland. So I just got back from Europe, a 3-week trip in Europe, so that's why I haven't been here in a month. So I like to get in here periodically every 2-3 weeks. Keep an eye on them. I watch all their games from afar via video, and we do video review, over video sessions over the phone or over Microsoft Teams or WhatsApp. So I've always got my eyes on these guys, and so the job definitely wears a lot of hats. I'm in and out Edmonton, and so as of right now, we've got 7 goalies signed in the system, which is usually one more than we normally have. We have Connor Unger. We just loaned him back out to Orlando. He did a great job for us in Bakersfield in his run with us in the America League. So he's another guy that I'm down with him a bit, and keep an eye on him because he's a guy that potentially could find his way back here as well.
Now, I saw your career. I read about it online. You're a former NHL draft pick, but you're no stranger to the state of Indiana. You played a couple seasons for the Indianapolis Ice back in the day.
I did. I signed with the Chicago Blackhawks, so I was with them, and then I played in Fort Wayne a lot when they were the old International Hockey League. I played against them. I was with Kansas City, Manitoba Moose, played a lot in that league, and I always enjoyed road trips in here. We had some fun, and you saw some of the finer spots of Fort Wayne back in the day, and now I'm doing the same with these guys. We got a regiment of restaurants we go to. I take them out and get to put it on the team card. So we like to go to the Black Canyon, and we do the all-you-can-eat sushi. We've kind of bounced around. So Baker Street.
Yeah, that's a Jesse Kalicki favorite.
Yeah, they're all great spots. There's so many good spots here in town, and from the organization standpoint, they always welcome me here, and I love coming to the games and coming out here. We did video this morning, 20 minutes with each boy, and then did the 30-minute goalie session, then stayed to watch practice, and now I'm hopping to my next stop now. I got a conference call at 12, and then to make my way to Youngstown for a morning game tomorrow to see a junior goalie, and then back here Thursday.
Man, your schedule is insane.
Yeah, it is, but it's fun. Aside from playing, I coached with the Red Wings for 10 years, and then I got hired 4 years ago by the Oilers. I love it, and anything goalie related, and get a chance to, I really kind of get a kick out of working with these young guys and seeing them take the steps and in their development and the progress. So.
The final question for me, obviously you've been on the side as a player, you've been with different organizations. What's the one piece of advice you would give a young goalie to help them succeed and grow their game to get to the point of their highest level that they possibly can? Like, what's that one nugget that maybe, I don't know, young guys might not think of?
We provide all the resources for them. We got these guys doing eye training, and we give them the resources and the platforms, and it's the guys that do the little bit extra. When We're not looking. I'm not watching, and I can tell a lot of the times I get the numbers when we're testing and stuff like that. And but like my message right now, in the for the time being right now to these guys is just to narrow their focus game by game. These young kids can get so caught up, like, oh, I didn't play 2 games in a row, or he's a starting goal. Like, it's just Samuel's playing tomorrow. Narrow your focus to that game, and then we'll worry about Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because this league, there's so many games to be had and played. It seems to be it's 3 games in 3 nights every weekend. It's 7 games in 10 days. So sometimes they can get ahead of themselves and look at the big picture instead of what's more important right now to help this team win right now. So,
all right. Hey, we appreciate it. This guy knows Fort Wayne. He's been here. He knows it. He knows the restaurants. He's very good at that. He's Jeff Saleko. I'm Glenn Marini, and that's Komets Corner. Yeah, you can't argue with anything he's done or anything that the goalies have done this season. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, no, they've been outstanding. It's been really fun to watch these guys grow. You know, we got to look at Nathan Day last year when he came in out of juniors and really saved the Komet season, because he came in, threw a shutout his first game, and then played a lot. He played Game 7. I mean, think about that. Just a 20-year-old kid, you know, in his first season, not a season as a pro, but getting thrown into this. You got to win a Game 7 at home against Iowa, and that's what he did. And yeah, you know, he has been fantastic. And then Sam Janssen, you know, has come as advertised. You know, he was a guy who's, you know, this guy is a legit contender to be in Edmonton one day, and he's been awesome on the road. Fantastic. I mean, you know, he's almost unbeatable on the road. He's only got 1 road loss and 1 in overtime. I think he's still at 13-1-1 now on the road.
Is that good?
Yeah, you know, I'm interested. I am interested to see kind of like what they decide to do here down the stretch and in the playoffs. Is Nathan Day your home goalie? Is Sam Janssen your road goalie? Because they've been pretty consistent. Just a simple rotation of those two, but it's been busted up a couple of times. You know, Sam got 2 starts last weekend because we wanted to have Sam in goal on the road for the road finale there in Wheeling on Sunday. So yeah, I think the coaches are now kind of looking at that, saying that might be the way to go. But also, Edmonton will have their say. They're going to have their input as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we handle the goaltending.
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. But I may be dating myself a little. But when you talk about guys who are really good on the road, especially like in the postseason, I always think of Nick Boucher.
Yeah.
Like whenever Bouch was on the road in the postseason, like you felt really good about your chances.
Yeah. No, Nick was great. You know, I go back to that series with Rapid City down in 2012 when he won the President's Cup. Yeah, he was so good in Rapid City, and that was when Rapid City was not an easy place to play. And him locking up those games late in that one series, you know, there's a reason why his numbers in the rafters.
I was just going to say that. 35, right?
Yeah, 33.
33. I was so close. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule, we got Iowa on Wednesday, then at the Indy Fuel, then at Bloomington, then back home against the Indy Fuel. And you mentioned this. I was thinking about this because, you know, now that everybody's played pretty much 54 or 55 games in the ECHL standings, there is quite a push. There's only one team that's kind of out of it when it comes to the Central Division. So all these games are going to matter when it comes to the playoffs. And some of these teams are surging. I know Bloomington's fallen off a little bit, but Indy's surging. Cincinnati is surging. There's some teams that are really making a tough playoff push. Kalamazoo's surging a little bit.
Yeah.
So it is not going to be easy here over the course of the next 18 games.
Yeah, Indy's, they're kind of comfortable right now in the 3rd spot. I think they got a 5 or 6 point lead, but again, you got 18 games. It's a lot of points there, and you're going to be playing those teams that are chasing you an awful lot. So, yeah, I mean, they want to maintain that 3rd spot. So again, Fort Wayne, Indy, you know, they're their rivals and our little brother. And
there you go,
little brother. So Komet's the big brother. You know, want to beat down little brother again. We've done it, I think, 5 times already this season. So we've played them very, very tough. Bloomington is a team that is scrapping for points. You know, I think they lost 6 straight last week, and now we're going to go into their barn on Saturday, and then we got to trek back home and play Indy again on Sunday. So yeah, we're going back into the blender. But every team we're going to play, you know, like you mentioned, you know, Cincinnati and Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo is now tied for the last spot. Cincinnati's a point back, but Bloomington and Kalamazoo have a game at hand on them. But man, it's going to be fun for that 4th and final spot. And plus, look at us right now. We're going back and forth with Toledo. You know, right now Toledo is 1 game up on us. You know, we could get that game back on Wednesday, and then Toledo could take it back on Thursday. That's the way it's going to be. You know, so I mean, we would like to break the reign of terror of Toledo winning this division every year. So Yeah, that's going to be because we're fighting. We want that division title. So, I mean, there's going to be no gaps here in the schedule.
Well, you mentioned that reign of terror from Toledo. One of the guys that has contributed to that in years past, Jalen Smerrick, he is now obviously here in a Komets uniform and has been really fantastic this season. I know you guys had a chance to mic him up recently for a game. He's one of the guys that I would think would be fun to mic up, so we stole that from you guys, Komets.com and your YouTube site. Here's a look at Jalen mic'd up recently in a game behind the scenes with the K's.
Oh, come on! Can handle it! On the tape, too. Watch this pickup here, watch it! Ah! Who let you back in town, eh? Who the let you back in town? Who the let you back out here? Nice groove! Oh, that's a good one. Ah, yeah. Yes, Pony! Yes! That's it, kid. Good shot. Yes, Smoke! Yes, Smoke! That's my D partner. That's him. Oh, baby, here we go. Ah! Ew! Ew! I'm nasty. Oh, I got a puck for you. You too. Don't worry. I'll be back. Stay there. I'll be back. Hold on 1 second. Oh my God, she's too cute. She's got to get one. She's adorable. Yeah, you got to get one. All right, here we go. There they are. 1, 2. Oh, we got 2. Hey, we're in trouble. Nice. Here we go. Oh, that's a good one. How we doing? Oh, I can't complain, brother. Yeah. Wheel! Hey, hey! Good race, Smokes. Good job there. Bang it! Oh, good shot. Oh boy, way to take a lick, eh? Good job. Right here, right here. Hatch! Go left, go left. Get up, Growly. Speed. Stay there, groove. Behind Mulch. Hey, hey, hey. Hatch! Right out, weak, weak. Out of the way, Jay, out of the way. Good job, good hit. Behind! Right, Daisy! Hatch! Hey, hey, I got you. Hard, rim! Good keep, Krebsy. Shot, shot. Nice, Pony. Atta boy. That's it, Crow. Atta boy, Al. Good right. What, Krebsy? Start. Yeah! That's it. Good night. Nice job, Jay. That's it. That's it. Good night, baby. Next one. Next one. Next one. Next one. Come on, Orange. Come on, Orange. Back to work. Back to work. It's got to go in. It's all right. It's all right. Right back to work. You're good. What we got, baby? I want a shot. Get to the cage. Shot. Come up high off the wall. Yeah, climb. Get to the net, Pony. Hey, if I get to the middle, weak side D. If I get to the middle. Leave it! Leave it! Hey, he's grabbing me, eh? If you drop like that, I'll make a read right away and hit you. Find a way to hit you. That's it, that's it. Good ball there, good ball. Come on, Pete. Here we go, Steph.
All right, I lost. Let's get it.
What a fucking save. Good fucking play there, Al. I gotta bury that. They're kind of waiting for that one D to D. Maybe even a D. It was kind of slow. Maybe even a D to D jump. and I'll just, as soon as I give it to you, I'll kind of jump that weak side. I think it'll be open. Right's rolling. Right's rolling. Right. Right. That's it. That's it. Right. That's it. Right, baby. That boy. That boy, James.
They got 2 roughs.
So he has to wait 4 minutes?
He's got to wait 4 minutes. He's got to wait 4 minutes.
Sorry.
Great math.
Just graduate.
Great math.
No, that's great, man. On the wall. I'm going to line up behind you. Yeah. Where you going? I'm going to try to go weak side. Try to go weak. Try to go weak. Yeah, yeah. Hey, on that second one, if we go to that 3-man drop, have some depth. Are we going down or no? On the second one, if they dump it down twice. Max! You know you're going pop, right? Huh? It's going pop, bumper pop. I'm going to him, he's trying to hit you in the middle. Find the soft spot. Nice job, Eddie. Nice pass, that boy. Hey, watch the blind side, eh? Just one, just one. Don't worry, he's slow as fuck, you're good. Get up. Who f***ing let 10 on the power? One behind. Go left, Hershey. Go left, Hershey. Can you throw me the question mark? Question mark, question mark.
We're going to drink weight rules plus time. This is 7-minute set death overtime.
Great pass. There we go.
How's that, Mike?
Right. That's it. Yeah, baby. Get this ball. Good ball. That's a good ball, baby. Okay. Great game, brother. Great game. All you. See that baby up, baby. Next one. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, baby. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Jalen, one of those guys, we've said it so many times. You love him when he's on your team, you hate him when he's on the other team. But I think the cool thing is you've seen the evolution of him as a player and kind of as a human being. As we were talking about off camera, he signed here when he was a 19-year-old, and he's just matured so much and become one of the best offensive defensemen in the ECHL. Like, it's just kind of cool to see things come full circle for him, especially this season here in Florida.
Yeah, he was sent to us when he was property of the Arizona Coyotes. That one season we were with them, and it was, again, the situation kind of like Nathan Day. He came out of juniors there at the end of the season, and played a couple games. He was 19 years old, kind of first time playing pro, kind of still, and he was playing, I believe, his junior hockey up near his home, near Detroit. So this was kind of his first time being away from home. It didn't last very long, because of just the business. And it's so awesome to have him back going full circle, because he turned into one of maybe the best defensemen in this league. He played in Rapid City, played in Norfolk. He played many years in Cincinnati and that 1 year in Toledo. So, and he's not even 30 years old. So here's a guy who's seen a lot of hockey, and it's really cool, because I remember meeting Jalen right when he's walking through the door when he was 19 years old, and he was kind of a shy, quiet kid, and then you can see there he's blossomed.
Not as much. Father of 3 and everything like that.
Yeah. So, like you said, he's involved as a human being, and I think players really, really like him. He is a terrific character, but he's still kind of a shy, reserved guy, off from the ice. But he's just been a terrific asset, and glad he's here. And like I said, he's only 28. Hopefully we can keep him around for a couple.
Much better when he's on your side. Taking a look at the ECHL standings, we've talked a lot about how packed it is, really, when you take a look at 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is going to be a dogfight for those final 2 spots, specifically that 4th spot when it comes to the rest of the regular season. Which of these teams has really impressed you? Who would you want to play if you're? I know that's
a loaded question.
That is a loaded question, but like of those teams, like who statistically would you say that the Komets have? Not who would you want to play? Who have they fared the best against?
Well, Indy is the team you fared the best with, and that would be terrific. It's hard to believe we have not played Indy in the playoffs since 1990, and it's crazy to think of that.
That doesn't seem possible.
Yeah. 1991 would be exact. That great series. So yeah, it doesn't seem possible, but it is. So I think historically it would be nice to play a team from Indy again in the playoffs. We fared very well against them. We've played Kalamazoo very well, but we saw mostly in the first half. We have not seen them in the second half, and they're obviously a different team. So, not so sure about that because we have not seen them. And Cincinnati, they're a tough out because they've got good goaltending. Ken Appleby, we saw it. He's taken two games the Komets should have won, but Ken Appleby won them for Cincinnati already this season. So that frightens me because you get a hot goaltender, they steal one game, next thing you know, they've won the series. So, you know what? I just want to play Toledo. Let's just do that.
At some point. All right. Well, we're going to have hockey this week, and we're going to be back with it on Monday with Komets Corner. For this week, he's Shane. I'm Glenn. We'll see you next Monday.
You're watching Komets Corner.